Pat Robertson has reached a new low or a new high, or I don't know what you would call it. He brought on conservative activist Daniel Lapin. Daniel Lapin is the religious right's favorite rabbi, who also was tied to the Jack Abramoff corruption scandal. He went on Pat Robertson's 700 Club program, and he wanted to tell Pat Robertson about his new book on ancient Jewish wisdom when it comes to making money. Wow, this guy is really doing wonders to not support common and recurring stereotypes about Jewish people. Robertson introduced him by asking, what is it about Jewish people that makes them prosper financially? And then I'm going to play a clip after where you hear Pat Robertson say that Jews spend their time polishing diamonds rather than fixing cars. Watch this.
What is it about Jewish people that make them prosper financially? Well, you'll almost never find Jews tinkering with their cars on the weekends or mowing their lawns. That's what Daniel Lapin says. And there's a very good reason for that. And it lies within the business secrets of the Bible.
When you correctly said you won't, in Jewish neighborhoods, you do not find Jews lying under their cars on Sunday afternoon. No, I pay one of the best mechanics around to take care of my BMW. That's what I do. I'd be crazy to take my time doing it myself.
Polishing diamonds, not fixing cars.
Exactly. I'm taking care of what I can do best, and then I'm happy to pay him.
At the end of the interview, just to give you a little more context, Lapin also said that the United States has embraced a Marxist government that, quote, turns people into slaves. This is particularly upsetting, because most American Jews are very, very liberal. Pat Robertson seems to have found the guy who isn't. What would Pat Robertson and Daniel Lapin's reaction be to being told, 83% of Jews voted for President Obama in 2008, and Jews are really, really liberal? The funny thing, though, about Pat Robertson talking about Jews polishing diamonds, which is kind of this old stereotype of Jews that exists, is that there are widespread allegations about Pat Robertson and diamonds, where Pat Robertson used his supposed humanitarian religious trips to Rwanda to exploit locals for diamonds. And so Pat Robertson is the last person, Lewis, who should be talking about anybody in diamonds. He seems to have a pretty sordid past with diamonds.
We know how much he loves money. Perhaps that's why he had this guy on. But I'm going to agree with Lapin on one thing. And that is people kind of are turned into slaves, if you want to talk about wage slaves and all that, although I wouldn't necessarily call our government Marxism.
No, but it has nothing to do. The reason why Americans are increasingly in a sort of indentured servitude has nothing at all to do with Marxism. That I can assure you. So I guess Lewis is finding the silver lining in the insanity that is Daniel Lapin contributing to some of the most sickening stereotypes about Jews. Stereotypes that, by the way, were connected to the Holocaust and historic oppression of Jews. Just a disgusting guy. I guess a good match for Pat Robertson. Let's take a quick break. David Halperin next on For-Profit Colleges.